I bet you didn't notice this. Human civilization solved food scarcity so aggressively that millions of people now stand in front of fully stocked refrigerators feeling emotionally unsatisfied. That's strange, because throughout most of human history, the problem was not enough food. Now the problem quietly became too much access, too much stimulation, too many choices, too much emotional eating, too much convenience, and somehow less satisfaction. The strange part is, people adapted to this unbelievably fast. As of 2026, you can order tacos, cookies, milkshakes, fried chicken, protein bowls, ice cream, coffee, and cheesecake directly to your front door, without even standing up fully. Civilization created instant edible gratification infrastructure. And honestly, human biology was not emotionally prepared for this level of convenience. Whenever civilization creates new friction, new golden coins quietly appear. Most people only notice the cravings, the stress eating, the emotional eating, the confusion, the exhaustion, and the weight gain. But hidden somewhere inside every modern pressure system, there are treasure maps quietly forming. And that's what makes this interesting. Because modern civilization didn't just create more food. It created the endlessly stimulated human appetite. Back then, food worked differently. People expected meals. Now, civilization quietly normalized continuous consumption. People used to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now humans casually maintain ongoing negotiations with snacks all day long. Modern life became a 24-hour edible side quest. And honestly, some people no longer even know if they're hungry. They're just emotionally rotating through apps and refrigerators, hoping one of them fixes adulthood. That's a major shift, because older food systems had natural stopping points. Stores closed earlier. Food required preparation. Leftovers mattered. Meals took time. You couldn't instantly summon mozzarella sticks to your front door at 12:47 a.m. while wearing one sock and watching conspiracy documentaries. Modern civilization changed that completely. Now food exists everywhere. Gas stations sell cheesecake. Office buildings contain emotional support candy bowls. Airports became giant psychological pretzel corridors. Pharmacies quietly transformed into snack distribution centers with aspirin attached. And grocery stores? Modern grocery stores look less like survival infrastructure and more like dopamine museums. Everything is optimized. Colors, lighting, placement, music, smells, textures, and impulse behavior. Civilization figured out humans don't simply eat with hunger. Humans eat with stress, fatigue, boredom, reward systems, habit loops, loneliness, celebration, and emotional exhaustion. That realization changed everything. Now corporations compete for human cravings, not just stomach space. That's different. Modern civilization increasingly monetizes anticipation. That's why food commercials no longer look like food. They look like emotional cinema. The burger enters the screen in slow motion like it survived battle. Cheese stretches across the screen like a spiritual awakening. French fries descend dramatically from heaven while cinematic drums play in the background. Nobody casually eats in commercials anymore. People bite sandwiches like they just forgave their father emotionally. Meanwhile, the real burger arrives looking confused and financially unstable. That gap matters. Because modern food systems increasingly sell expectation. And humans adapted so fast, they now confuse anticipation, comfort, and stimulation with actual satisfaction. That's huge, because satisfaction and stimulation are not the same thing, and civilization quietly blurred the line between them. Late at night, millions of people walk into kitchens not because they are starving, but because modern life exhausted them psychologically. That's important. Food increasingly became micro-relief. tiny edible recovery moments. A small temporary escape from notifications, bills, work pressure, traffic, deadlines, algorithmic overload, subscription fatigue, and modern adulthood itself. And honestly, that explains a lot. Modern civilization keeps humans in low-level stress almost continuously. So humans increasingly self-soothe through convenience systems. Food just became one of the biggest ones. And once civilization discovered that, everything escalated. Now humans don't simply buy snacks. Humans buy comfort, reward, recovery, escapism, identity, and temporary emotional silence. That's why modern snack marketing feels strangely personal now. The app notification doesn't say, "Food available." It says, "You deserve this, brother." The chicken nuggets are speaking therapist language now. That's civilization drift. Modern apps don't even aggressively ask for money anymore. They just emotionally stand near your wallet, breathing heavily until you order garlic parmesan wings. And honestly, it works. Because exhausted humans are easier to influence. That's another hidden shift. Decision exhaustion matters. Older generations had fewer food choices. Modern humans face thousands daily. Healthy, unhealthy, organic, keto, high protein, sugar-free, low carb, plant-based, natural, artificial, farm-raised, grass-fed, lab-optimized, functional, energy-boosting, gut-healthy, mood-balancing. Civilization turned grocery shopping into nutritional tax preparation. People now require YouTube videos, podcasts, trackers, smartwatches, supplements, and 3 conflicting experts, just to feel morally confident about breakfast. That's incredible. Human civilization solved food scarcity, then accidentally created food confusion. And the average person quietly feels overwhelmed by it. Now here's where the first hidden golden coin appears. Whenever systems become overwhelming, clarity becomes valuable. That's the pattern. And civilization keeps repeating it. First, create complexity. Then, somebody builds a business simplifying the complexity. That's where treasure maps usually begin. Look at what's quietly growing right now. Meal prep systems, local farms, high satiety foods, functional nutrition, microgreens, personalized nutrition coaching, slow food restaurants, simplified ingredient brands, healthy convenience systems, portable protein products, urban agriculture, food transparency businesses. Civilization pressure always creates opportunity pockets somewhere else. Because overwhelmed humans eventually pay for clarity, simplicity, and relief. That's important. The hidden coin is not always inventing something futuristic. Sometimes the hidden coin is making modern life feel human again. And honestly, the future millionaire may literally be the person teaching exhausted adults how to eat calmly. That sounds ridiculous. Until you realize civilization already monetized, sleep, silence, breathing, focus, stretching, and drinking water correctly. Civilization keeps selling humans solutions to problems civilization created. That's the comedy, and the tragedy, and the business model. Every solved friction created new friction. Civilization gained abundance, speed, convenience, global food access, delivery systems, and endless variety. But civilization also traded away simplicity, food patience, meal structure, natural hunger rhythms, and psychological distance from consumption. Humans evolved surviving scarcity. Civilization suddenly dropped those humans into infinite flavor capitalism. Of course, the brain struggles. The brain still quietly thinks resources may disappear. Meanwhile, modern delivery apps are outside whispering, We brought milkshakes and emotional support tacos. That's not normal biologically. It's normal culturally now. But biologically, human beings are still ancient creatures wearing modern shoes, holding smartphones full of dessert advertisements. And civilization keeps accelerating faster than human adaptation. That creates tension. Humans increasingly live inside environments specifically engineered to trigger impulse behavior. That matters financially, too. Because modern convenience eating became expensive. Tiny purchases stack up. Delivery fees, service fees, priority fees, small order fees, convenience fees, tip pressure, subscription memberships. Civilization quietly invented recurring snack taxation. People now accidentally spend hundreds monthly purchasing emotional recovery meals. That adds up, especially when stress itself keeps increasing. And honestly, modern adults increasingly feel trapped between time pressure, energy depletion, and convenience dependence. Cooking feels exhausting after long workdays. So humans increasingly outsource meals, then feel guilty afterward, then purchase healthier systems later, then relapse during stressful weeks, then repeat the cycle again. Civilization quietly created food loop fatigue, and millions of people are living inside it right now. Now here's the second hidden golden coin. Most people only experience the pressure, but a few people quietly build leverage around the pressure. That's always how civilization changes work. Whenever people feel overwhelmed, guides appear, translators appear, simplifiers appear, opportunity clusters appear. And right now, the hidden leverage increasingly forms around human-centered food systems. Not necessarily bigger systems, smarter systems, simpler systems, more emotionally intelligent systems. People increasingly crave real ingredients, simpler meals, less processed foods, local food, garden food, farmers markets, slow eating, shared meals, and visible sourcing. That's fascinating. Because the more artificial civilization becomes, the more valuable authenticity feels. Humanity itself slowly becomes premium, and food may become one of the biggest examples. Think about it. Humans now pay extra for organic, natural, handmade, fresh, farm-to-table, small batch, local, traditional, and homemade. Civilization accidentally turned normal historical food into luxury positioning. That's unbelievable. Your grandparents accidentally lived luxury wellness lifestyles without hashtags. Meanwhile, modern adults need apps, subscriptions, video courses, and 12 reminders to drink water consistently. That's civilization comedy right there. And this is probably only the beginning. Because once civilization normalizes algorithmic food systems, instant delivery, continuous stimulation, and predictive convenience, the next logical step becomes AI-driven eating behavior, predictive cravings, emotion-responsive advertising, personalized food algorithms. Imagine your refrigerator detecting sadness before your spouse notices. The fridge quietly lights up and says, "Based on your recent emotional patterns, tonight feels like loaded nachos." That sounds funny now. But modern civilization keeps turning jokes into software updates. And honestly, humans adapt extremely fast. That's what makes this fascinating. People normalize systems almost immediately. A few years ago, having strangers deliver milkshakes to your house at midnight sounded absurd. Now people get irritated if delivery takes 12 minutes. Civilization reprogrammed expectations rapidly. That's the deeper pattern. Modern systems increasingly reduce friction, waiting, effort, and patience. But humans may accidentally lose discipline, satisfaction, resilience, and self-regulation at the same time. That's the trade-off. And Gaimed always investigates the trade-off. Because every civilization gain creates new civilization consequences. The goal is not panic. The goal is awareness. recognition, positioning, understanding the shift before most people fully recognize it. Because the hidden coin is often seeing the change early. Most people only notice the absurdity. A few people recognize the leverage hidden inside the absurdity. And modern food civilization is filled with hidden leverage now. Health systems, simplification systems, local production, urban farming, nutrition education, behavior tracking, emotional wellness, meal systems, food transparency, human-centered convenience. The treasure maps are already forming. That's the interesting part. Civilization keeps changing. The real question is, who adapts early enough to benefit from the shift instead of becoming consumed by it? Because modern civilization didn't just create the hungry human. It created an entire ecosystem built around exhausted humans searching for comfort, stimulation, speed, and emotional relief. And wherever new ecosystems appear, new golden coins quietly appear too. Confusion, clarity, control. Gaimed Hungry Human Snapshot System, $13, is in the description. Purchase it. Apply it. That's where control begins.